If you love someone, you tell them. Even if you're scared it will cause problems or burn your life to the ground. Say it out loud and go from there. Mark Sloan, Grey's Anatomy. When I think back on Mark Sloan's quote, I start to reflect on when I was a kid and how I would constantly avoid my problems. Well, I'm not sure I can call them problems, more like situations. Situations where I had to stand up and speak up for myself against someone that bullied me, or maybe even someone I liked. Let me make it simple for you. How many of you have actually had a crush throughout your life? Can you raise your hand? I'm guessing almost all of you, since it's one of the only things we talked about in elementary school. Now, can you raise your hand again if you actually got the courage to tell them how you felt? I'm sure some of you might have, but probably most of you didn't. Same thing for bullies or harassers. For people like me, someone shy and who struggles speaking up, a bully can be one of the scariest things they can come across with, which leads to few people trying to make a change for them or for others. The reason we are prone to stay quiet and behind walls of secrecy is because we fear change. You don't want to make it awkward between you and your best friend who you just confessed your love for, or making the bully even madder that he attacks you verbally or physically. Staying in the safe zone doesn't make us cowards, just cautious. Yet along with it, it brings feelings of frustration, sadness, disappointment, as you lie to yourself and others and keep inside of you a dynamite of emotions that are just eager to explode. We also fear, to a great extent, rejection and pain, so much that we'd rather keep our feelings to ourselves or get humiliated by the others. If we don't fear them because of personal experiences, we fear them because of the influences our surroundings have on us. A book, a movie, a family member, a friend, anything and anyone can make us realize how painful it is when this happens. I want to go back to the quote I said in the beginning of the speech, and by Mark Sloan, a fictional character in the TV series called Grey's Anatomy. And I want you to pay close attention because it's something that we should all apply to our lives. And it goes like this. If you love someone, you tell them. Even if you're scared it will cause problems or burn your life to the ground. Say it out loud and go from there. Personally, I don't think this applies to just love in our lives. It applies to something much broader. Anything that steals our happiness and that we have the power to change with our voices. However, we might not also follow this because we fear the small picture. And what I mean by that is we're afraid of what might become of a situation the next second, the next week, the next month. None of us have a crystal ball, so we don't know what the future holds. However, speaking up for yourself and standing up for yourself or others guarantees to bring positive changes, even if they're not obvious in the beginning. Out of this jungle of emotion, we fail to look at the big picture. Imagine the amount of possibilities where the crush likes you back, or gives you a chance to impress them. Imagine the possibility that the bully takes a step back once you confronted him in front of everyone, because he knows that you can protect yourself. Sure, it might not always give you the results you wanted or hoped for, but the sadness you experience at that second won't last forever. And once it's gone, it takes those feelings of frustration and disappointment, because now you no longer have to lie to yourself or others, and you'll know how the other person feels. So here's my challenge to you. Don't let yourself be influenced. In fact, be the influence for everyone else, like many great leaders such as Gandhi have taught us. Let the fuse burn and let the explosion happen, like Mark Sloan said, even if you're scared. Because it is true what they say that you only live once, and living with the regret or the curiosity of what might have been of your life if you had spoken up is worse than a couple weeks of awkwardness. I am challenging myself by standing in front of all of you because rarely do I speak up, but I'm doing so now to influence you to do the same, since I know that only good and nothing bad can come out of doing so. So go tell that girl you've loved since second grade how you feel, or that guy you find attractive in chemistry class. Tell a bully to take a step back or ask someone for help in doing so. Burst your heart out with everything that you have kept inside of you. And once the dynamite is gone, the aftermath is settled, and you're free, go from there. Thank you.